Now, the Cape Town DA Councillor caught up in a sex for jobs scandal has been granted bail of 1,000 rand. The 56-year-old appeared in the Wynberg Magistrate Court and is facing charges of sexual assault and rape. Our reporter Ayesha Ismail is following this case and is joining us now this hour on today from our studios in Cape Town. Good afternoon, Ayesha. So this DA ward councillor was granted that bail of 1,000 rand while he's facing charges of sexual assault and rape?
That is correct, Dan, and it was a packed Wynberg Magistrates Court. We saw people from the Hanover Park community for the councillor and against the councillor coming to listen to the proceedings in court now. I think that, people will watch the story and say, how was it possible for somebody who is facing charges of rape to be released on bail? Well, the magistrate did say that while these charges are very serious, one has to weigh up the rights of the accused, and he was also talking about the fact that the question needs to be asked, is it in the interest of justice to release this man called Antonio van der Rede, who is a ward councillor and has been a ward councillor in Hanover Park for several years. Now, his lawyer during the court proceedings painted a man who has been serving his community, and as he said, admirably for many, many years, and he said that van der Rede was always doing things to uplift his community. He is not a flight risk, he doesn't have previous convictions, and asked the court to grant him bail. The state did not oppose the bail, and bail was then granted of 1,000 rand, and the matter has now been postponed to the 6th of December. I did catch up with Antonio van der Rede outside court, and this is what he had to say.
Charges are serious. I feel the law must take its course, but I will be vindicated. The fact that predominantly women are here supporting me, if I was a rapist, no woman would be here. I've grown up in Hanover Park. I've spent most of my life, even before politics, fighting for the rights of women and youth, and I will continue to do so. I actually feel sad that some young woman is being used as an instrument in politics to further the narrow ends of some few people. But I will continue to be committed to this community. I will continue to work feverishly for the rights of women and children. But I believe the justice system that we have is a one that is sterling, and justice will prevail.
But I understand you also spoke to some community members, Ayesha. Were they allowed inside court to monitor the proceedings?
That is correct, Dan, and because the court was so packed, some people gathered outside, and as I said, there were from both sides, people who came to support the complainant and people who came to support van der Rede as well. I spoke to some of the people who came to support the complainant, and they were saying to me that they were very disappointed with the outcome of today's decision, and this is what they had to say.
Currently, I can just say that there's a very disappointed community because he works with a lot of females. And this is gender-based violence, whether it's an allegation at this stage or whether it's factual. And I think the court should have considered otherwise. And also in terms of the bail condition set, to us it looks like the scales of justice are tipping all in his favor. Because we can also state conclusively that ever since he was detained, he has been favored up until this point. I'm not here to distinguish but who's right and who's wrong, but I can only say that the community that I represent as the Community Policing Forum board and body, we are very, very disappointed that the magnitude of this case is not being considered.
Now, Ayesha, finally, what should we expect to happen next in this case?
So the matter's been postponed to the 6th of December for further investigation. And I think also, Dan, what's interesting or an important aspect of this case is that Antonio van der Rede is not just a ward councillor in Hanover Park. He is also a legal practitioner. We heard in court today that he has an LLB and that he also practices as an advocate. So this is a very interesting case that we're going to be watching. And we've also heard that there are internal processes within the Democratic Alliance being conducted at the moment.
Okay, thank you very much, Ayesha Ismail, giving us an update on that particular court case of allegations of sex for jobs.